Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you. Welcome to SWA Education, myself Radha, and today we are going to discuss about type of hazard, that is biological hazard, physical hazard, chemical hazard, as well as importance of safe food. So today we are going to target this portion from type of hazard to method of food preservation. So what is food safety hazards? Hazard means any substance that can make any food contamination or inappropriate for the human consumption. That is hazard. So food safety hazard are any substance or material that cause foodborne illness or food related injuries, whether mild or severe, to consume when ingested. So hazard that present in food can cause food related illness that can be from mild range to severe range when consumer consume or ingest that food. That is food safety hazard. So food safety hazards are like physical hazard, chemical hazard, microbiological hazard that make any food inappropriate for the consumption of human being. So the main three categories of hazard that make food unsafe include physical hazard, biological hazard, and chemical hazard. Now food are not safe to consume when these hazard materials are present in the food. So what is physical hazard? Physical hazard are unedible part of food or any foreign material that can significantly cause injury, choking or cut as a result of consumption. So physical hazard are physical material that make any food unedible or inappropriate or unsafe for the consumption, or any food material that can significantly cause injuries, choking or cut as a result of consumption. That are the physical hazard. So physical hazard that make food unsafe are twigs and stem from fruit, bones, inedible leaf, shell, pit and seed from fruit. These are natural hazard. So physical hazard that make food unsafe can be natural hazard or unnatural hazard, and natural hazard include twig and stem from fruit, bone, shell, pit and seeds from fruit. When we are talking about unnatural hazard, it includes stone, human or animal hair, personal effect that can be jewelry, pest dropping, metal fragment, glass, soil, paper, plastic, microplastic. When some of the component of these material are present in the food, that they can make food unsafe for the use, and these are the example of unnatural physical hazard. Next one is biological hazard. Biological hazard consists of microorganisms such as harmful bacteria, mold, yeast, virus and parasite that can contaminate food and cause foodborne illness when consumed. So biological hazard are mainly the living microorganism like bacteria, mold, yeast, virus. When they present inside the food, they can contaminate it, or they have the ability to contaminate the food. And when food is contaminated, that food can cause foodborne illness or foodborne injuries, or can make food unsafe for the consumption of human being. So biological hazard includes microbes, plants, animals and genetically modified agents. Next one is chemical hazard. Chemical hazard, as the name suggests, chemical. So chemical hazard are naturally present or added substance that can cause significant harm to consumer when ingested or sometime inhaled. So these are chemical hazard. chemical hazard that make food unsafe can be natural. They can add unintentionally or intentionally, like sodium nitrate or sulfite add intentionally, and cleaning product, machine oil, chemical pest control, soil amendment, fungicide residue, if they add unintentionally, they act as a chemical hazard that can make food unsafe for the consumption. And natural chemical hazard are like mycotoxin, that can be aflatoxin, fumonisin, ochratoxin. Next one is tetrodotoxin from pufferfish, lectin from legumes. What is lectin? Lectin are the combination of carbohydrate and the protein. When they are present in an integrated form, that is called lectin. Because carbohydrate present in integrated form with protein, and the combination of both is called lectin, and lectin from legume are an example of chemical hazard. So how we can prevent? First one is proper storage and labeling, adequate training. When you are making any food, so you are trained in that, so adequate training is necessary, and awareness of food safety standards on chemicals. So these are certain prevention measures that you can take. So what is the importance of food safety? Serving safe food is important for health as well as financial reason. Why? Because if food is safe and balanced diet is present in that, so that food is important for health purpose. Food safety directly affects you, your co-workers, your customer, and the food service operation itself. Although serving safe food takes a little extra time and effort, but it is a part of being a professional. Why? Because safe food is directly related to your health problems. If you eat safe food, you become healthy. If you eat food that is contaminated or certain kind of hazard present in that food, it directly affects your health. So serving safe food is important for health purpose. Next one that we are going to discuss is food preservation. So what is food preservation? Food preservation is the technique to prevent food spoilage, food poisoning, and microbial contamination in food. So food preservation is the technique when you prevent food from the contamination, or you prevent food from the spoilage or food poisoning and microbial contamination in food. How you can prevent? There are certain kind of method like smoking, freezing, refrigeration. So by this method you can prevent food from contamination or spoilage. First one is refrigeration. So what is the effect of this method on microbial growth? So low temperature retard, or we can say stop the growth of the microorganism. So it's a very important chart. Freezing, low temperature and reduction of water activity to prevent microbial growth and slow oxidation reaction. So what effect of freezing on microbial growth? Reduce water activity. Because as all we know that there is a specific water activity of specific microorganism for the growth of microorganism, but if there is a reduction in the water activity, so it directly retards the growth of microorganism or affect growth of microorganism. And slowing oxidation reaction. Third one is drying, curing, and conserving. So what is the effect of this method on microbial growth or survival? It also can reduce water activity or can delay or prevent microbial growth. Next one is vacuum and oxygen free modified atmosphere packaging. So what is the effect of it? Low oxygen tension inhibit strict aerobic or aerobic microorganism and delay growth of facultative anaerobes. Facultative means not always anaerobes. Carbon dioxide enriched and modified atmosphere packaging What is the effect on microbial growth of it? Specific inhibition of microorganism. So it is specific for specific microorganism. Addition of weak acid like sodium lactate, it reduction of intracellular pH of microorganism. So if there is no presence of optimum pH, because for the growth of microorganism certain conditions are required, like optimum temperature, optimum food condition, and if there is a reduction of intracellular pH, so it can directly affect on the growth of that microorganism. So these are several kind of methods that are mainly used for the preservation of the food or prevent the food from the contamination by affecting the growth of microorganism. So I hope this lecture is very clear to all of you. So thank you so much everyone. If you find this video beneficial for you, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel for more such kind of videos. And in next lecture, we are going to start food hygiene. So thank you so much everyone.